Bum bum bum! Hey fans, welcome to a new episode of Is It My Team or Do I Suck? Today's contestant is Wims. Cassidy recently got a buff. He is now basically invincible while he combat rolls, which another ability that stops things from dying, even on a DPS. Makes no sense. Anyways, current rank Gold 2, thinks they deserve Plat. Like, a lot of people just submit, like, really boring submissions. If you do it like this guy, good chance you get picked. Here we go. I've been playing Overwatch since 2018-ish. I've been a one-trick Tracer, but to be honest, I find playing her boring now. Issue with that is now whenever I play any other characters, I think I'm Tracer or I play like I'm Widow. I submitted a game I think I did bad in, but where I was actually actively trying to fix my positioning, as I think that is my weakness. I think my aim is pretty decent normally, but on the high ground, it is atrocious. And not knowing how to use my ult, you don't. Cassidy ult is useless. Also, just a side note, there are games I have where I absolutely roll the enemy team, but it might be because my team is carrying me, which makes me think I deserve Plat. But then, the moment I rank up, I get absolutely demolished. Ranking up one rank shouldn't make the games much harder. Like, the skill difference between like Gold 3 and Gold 2, or even Gold 3 and like Plat 5 is not very big. It feels bad because the matchmaking is bad and the quality of matches is all over the place. It sounds like, to me, you're not playing a lot of competitive games, but let's see what you have. Long range, you're not gonna do a lot of damage here. I would have jumped out already. Like, you're not gonna kill the Hanzo on a distance, and you get punished for it. Honestly, I get why you're kind of pissed. But your Ana shouldn't expect you to be up there because your positioning is incorrect. On that distance, you don't want to be with Cassidy. Anything long range will kill you, and you won't kill anything because your damage fall off is basically max. See? That's the distance you want to be on. You're taking positions that are usually more suited for longer range DPS. Widowmaker, like Sojourn even, like Soldier. Cassidy actually has more damage fall off than Soldier now. The gap he fills is very medium to close range. Is the way you want to play Cassidy right now. And I can tell you that this is most of the time too far away. See how your bullets don't even do anything? It feels like you're hitting and they don't do anything. Partially it's because support is broken, but partially it's also because your damage fall off is just on max, so you do half the damage on every bullet you take. And if you play more aggressive, it's also going to be easier for you to hit the magnetic grenade, get value out of that, and it's going to be easier for you to use the roll to get value out of that. When you said you actively tried to make this like a good position game, actually wrong. Like you saw a tutorial, and a tutorial said play high ground on hit scan, but on this distance you have to understand that Cass is just not that great. So on this distance, like this is fine-ish still, but I would actually try to close the distance and maybe go for a flank. Playing too far back. If anything, your Illari should be back there, because the Illari actually does more damage than you on that distance. But you're just too far back. And you looking at the Cass here, if he's smart. Like, okay, he's not smart, he's dumb. But kill him, please. Thank you. You looking at the Cass there does nothing. He's just not gonna peek you, okay? And you're gonna do nothing while the enemy Cass is gonna kill your entire team. So you're back here, okay? So what can you really hit? You see everything here, which is nothing. The rest of the enemies are back there, right? You're not gonna shoot them. So as long as this Cassidy is smart and stays here in this corner, you will do nothing. Meanwhile, what can the Cassidy do? He can still shoot your entire team, basically, by just staying in this corner. If you want to play this distance, play Widowmaker, maybe even an Ashe. But even on those characters, what I'm saying right now, your positioning is just incorrect. If you want to carry your team, you can't just sit on high ground. That's the job of the Widowmaker. And now you're back to shooting your support. If you just jumped down here, picked up the medkit, and walked to here, you would have maybe gotten a kill. And you wouldn't have had to shoot your Ana that is like busy trying to keep your tank up. Okay, you know the Cass is there. Free kill. Oh my god, what the... Why don't you just throw the magnetic grenade first and foremost? It can't miss, right? It's auto aim. Or you can also just right click, roll, right click, and even if you have horrible aim, you will kill him, right? He has no clue you're there. Or taking the time and headshotting. Instead, you start out by missing. Then hitting one headshot, missing, and you use no cooldowns and you get shit on. Like the war of the who misses more. You win this one though, right? Nice! Got him! Okay. Walk in behind your tank and then maybe get a high noon here, right? This is a decent high noon spot because it's actually very exposed. Yeah, it's not bad. Listen, it didn't get kills, but it got a kill. See, it got a kill. It forced him back and got a kill, right? It's not a great ult, but that was a perfect spot to use ult. That's how you use High Noon. Now you just walk up and kill that Cass. Because you're the better Cassidy. That's how you have to think about DPS, right? You're just better than him. Kill him. Magnetic grenade. Stick him. Okay. It's fine. You got him. See? Easy. And now you clean up. It's only supports. Okay, for whatever reason, I don't understand this at all, actually. Okay, your cooldowns are back up. And you're back to full HP. You want to continue shooting the support here. In fact, you reload while you have... Why do you reload here? You shoot a shot. There's a 1 HP or below half life weaver in front of you. You decide to reload instead of just shooting him and killing him. You decide to look away from the 2 highest priority targets, the enemy supports, that are completely exposed. And then you panic because there's a 0 charge Zarya coming and a Bastion.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
Sometimes you gotta trust your supports, right? I know you didn't get healed a lot this game, but it was mostly because you're playing behind your supports. Because you are in the incorrect spot. If you're in front of your supports, even if they're bad, there's a higher chance they will just heal you, right? I know Ryan Gosling is an actor. He has a lot of things going on in his life other than playing Overwatch, right? So he's not the best Ana in the game. If you're sitting in front of him, I'm sure he will eventually heal you. You can live a lot of situations. You want to play closer range. And instead, you're just kind of like, oh my god, guys, there's a 0 charge Zarya running into me. I just lost 5 HP. Let me shoot the Zarya and then roll back behind my entire team, and then probably die and complain that my supports didn't heal me, even though I'm the one that is out of position. And I decided to shoot the enemy tank instead of killing the supports, and now the enemy used Tree of Life, the best support ult in the game now. And your team is still killing them because they're actually playing well while you really did nothing that fight. It's so funny to me, like, I just realized why you went high ground. I was like really confused why after you captured, right? You're like, I make sure I get into the right spot. And in your mind, good positioning is just high ground. Which, high ground is good. You had enough time to actually like go high ground here, right? Check this corner and then you see, wait, no one on the enemy's high ground. And then imagine if you pop up here. And you take an off angle compared to your team. And you just get a free kill on the Bastion or the Cass, right? Or the Life Weaver. Rule of thumb, you want to be where your second DPS is not. Your second DPS is also a hitscan, it's a Bastion, he's going to play with the team. So you want to play away from your team in that sense, in an off angle. But you also don't want to play too far back. You're just playing like kind of like a sniper character. Again, this would be a great spot for a Widowmaker here, right? And it's funny that you mentioned in your replay that you either play like a Tracer or Widowmaker. So far it's Widowmaker gameplay for sure. High ground, right now. Walk high ground. See, now is where you want to take high ground. Or you can walk in main if you get kills, but like, see, and now you don't take the high ground, even though it's a good spot. Your soldier is actually carrying here, but taking the off angle, like he dies for it, but he got your team 2 kills basically by taking that off angle visor. Man, this is actually kind of tough to watch, I'm not gonna lie. I know you said you didn't play in a while, but it shows, man, it shows. Yeah, there's so much more you can do, dude. Come on, walk in, you're nanoed! Why are you still scared? You're playing way too safe on Cassidy. I don't know. Well, let's pretend we didn't see that attack and hope we do better on defense here.
2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Funnily enough, I was gonna say, now you're too far forward on defense. Here's what you have to understand. If you get low and you have to retreat, which eventually you will have to, right? You have to walk all this way in the open, right? While the enemy can see you. Jump over here until you get behind cover. What's wrong with starting here or starting here? Or even starting this corner if your tank is starting this corner. He said in his replay he's actively trying to fix his positioning. Liar! I find that funny. This is good position. See? Good enough for you to get a kill, even though you missed 20 and then you... That is not lucky death, junk. You whiffed a bunch of shots, but that was the first time you were actually in the right angle, at the right distance to where you actually got value. I think that was like one of the first kills of the game you got. Okay, you see the junk in front of you. Incendiary is a pretty far range ability. I don't know why you don't use it. Right there, you can throw it and it probably hits him right here. You know, you see him, right? You saw him, you know he's there. After the first shot, you throw it and you probably kill him. Like, you throw it and it probably sticks and kills, right? Instead, you actually God Gamer aim the Valking Mercy. But it doesn't matter because I kept that point. And then you're like, oh, I have this incendiary nade. Let me throw it at the Orisa. You can win this. Funnily enough, I would love to see you use the combat roll more efficiently. Like right there, as soon as you hit one shot, you can actually roll into him and probably live and kill him. Because of how the new combat roll works. Roll, 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 roll. Actually, decent noon. Almost got the kill on the Mercy. Can still get a kill here, unless you ignore the Junkrat that is right behind you. It's like you were like, f this shit, f positioning. You just gave up on everything and now you just walk in front line. I'll explain to you why high ground is good. It gives you more natural cover while you can hit the enemy for free. If I was this Orisa and you were sitting on high ground, right? The Orisa can only see like your upper body, right? Whereas if we look from your perspective, you can see all of the Orisa, right? All of it. So you have more cover, natural cover, and you can fall backwards. It's harder for the enemy to hit you than it is for you to hit the enemy. The only thing that's important is that you take high ground where you're close enough to where you can still do decent, good damage, right, on cast. And this is like good distance, right? If you're up here, you can peek, kill the Mercy maybe, right? Or get a kill on a squishy. I think you just gotta work on everything. I think you're just not playing the game enough, right? You're trying to fix like a specific aspect of the game, but you lack like basic game understanding. And maybe it's because you haven't played the game in a while, right? As you said, you haven't played in a while. But it's just like, nothing here was good. And I hope I explained kinda why that is. What you didn't do at all is go for any off-angle flank, which is also a great strategy on Cass. You did it once. Well, it wasn't really a flank. You just caught their Cassidy by surprise. But then even that you f***ed up because you didn't use your abilities. So you didn't use your abilities properly. You didn't position properly. You didn't aim well. You just gotta play the game more, man. Like, there's a lot of things you can improve. Try to take more angles, off angles compared to other DPS. Try to take more mid-range angles. Try to go for more surprise plays. Don't be predictable. And definitely don't play Sniper Cassidy, okay? It's not your team. You suck. It's definitely not Plat. Let me tell you the story of Niglin, today's contestant, okay? Niglin has been in my chat for basically the last year. I want to say he has been socially inept, but at one point he got so annoying that we had to ban him. And then instead of like actually requesting an unban, right, and being like, sorry, I was annoying, he just made a new account and acted the exact same way and thought we wouldn't notice. He grew into the heart of our community, okay? For the replay submissions, he has been asking me to check one of his for the last like half a year. But it finally happened. So Niglin is a Sojourn player and he's currently in Plat 3, Peak Rank, Diamond 3, and he thinks he belongs into Masters. Hey, I am the Sojourn one trick in your chat, I know. This was a very close game, and if it wasn't for me, we would have lost that game, but we didn't because I'm the Sojourn god. But to be honest, I thought we were going to lose that game. I am a huge Mercy simp, by the way. Anyways, Niglin, let's see what you have. Sojourn with a Mercy on Havana. I hate the map, but it's actually a good Sojourn map. And Sojourn is still an amazing character, especially with a Mercy. Probably the character that gets the most value out of a Mercy pocket other than Pharah, arguably, I think, at this point. And your monkey realized really quickly that it was a bad idea to go monkey on this map. D.Va is a tiny bit better, but the reason you see Sigma a lot on long-range maps is because it's long distances, so poke, Sigma poke, and Sigma sustain is very good still, right? It's hard to close the distance, so something like rush and dive becomes weaker. That's why you see a lot of Sigma on Havana. Fun fact for people that didn't know. You're playing a very safe Sojourn playstyle. Very conservative. I would actually like you to play more aggressively. You have a Mercy pocket, which means you need to do more, right? You need to put more pressure on the team than an average 1 DPS lineup, because you have to think of yourself as two characters, because you have a Mercy on your asshole, right? Another big reason why Sojourn is so good with the Mercy is you can still one-shot. If you have full charge, max charge, a headshot will kill a 200 HP target. One railgun and a few other primary shots to get a kill on a 200 HP target is the way you want to play Sojourn, especially with the Mercy pocket. And you're playing very scared again, right? Like you see the Echo diving you and you back out immediately. Really wish you would take a bit more risk. And this is the low value play. You're not gonna kill the tanks. Go for the squishies. Go for the Mercy, the Zenyatta. And so far, I think your biggest weakness, other than your lack of aggressiveness and the lack of playmaking, is definitely your railguns. And the railgun shot is the most important shot to hit. So maybe a bit of aim practice would be at hand here. Okay, I don't know if your team can touch. Orisa can probably touch. Probably want to use an E here. Nice, good deny on the... Another missed railgun. There was such a free kill on a Zenyatta. Like, so far, I really think you're the issue here. Like, you are not doing enough with the Mercy Pocket to justify your pick. I'm not saying your team is playing well, but you need to do more. You're a classic KD gamer. After this round is over, you press tab and you see, I have the highest damage and the lowest deaths and the most kills on the team. And then you're like, my team sucks. I wish you could just press tab in the replay and see the scoreboard. But I would guess that right now, you have the highest damage, you have the most kills, and you probably have the lowest deaths. But you have done the least. And the reason being is that you're just playing too safe. You're not going in aggressively enough, and you're dealing a lot of damage. But, you know, like most of your kills are assists where you get a kill with one of your teammates. You do have Railgun, and this is a good point for Sojourn. I don't know what your tank just walked back from spawn and immediately. What the fuck is your tank doing? Okay, big railgun coming in here, surely, right? Nice. Good shots. It's actually funny to me that, like, you see, once you have to hit the shots, you're hitting them. This was good. This was good enough. You killed almost 2 and you forced the trans. If they didn't trans, you would have killed another. I think you have troubles adjusting. Yeah, it seems to me like you have troubles hitting the railgun shots only when you also have to use a primary fire. So you just want to practice that transition. Because one is projectile and one is... yeah, one is projectile and one is a hit scan ability. So you definitely want to practice that. Let's hope you do better on attack. Milky AFC. What? Good for you that they don't have a Widowmaker. Widow is so dominant on this map. Even for Sojourn, an issue. Always keep on shooting, by the way. Like, right click, you always... I call it right click because I have the primary fire on right click. That's a better way to play Sojourn in my opinion, right? It's important to hit the railgun. So I put railgun on left click, and I think most high level players and pro players have the railgun on left click. But always keep on shooting the right click. No reason to ever stop, basically, right? The way you should look at the spam ability is it's a way to build your charge. It shouldn't be an ability to get you a lot of kills, right? See, right there. So easy. The funny thing is, now that you're on attack, you're going for way more. Nice! There you go. First actual one-shot. And I was gonna say, like, you play completely... still playing safe, but you're going for the kills. And this is what you should have done all along on defense. If you played like this on defense, you would have won, man. Nice. And this is where the carry potential of Sojourn comes in. Like, the damage... Like, as long as you keep on charging railguns, like... What are you doing? Actual mercy sim. Fucking e-daters. I hate them. Don't date Overwatch players. Don't do it. It's a mistake. We're all damaged. Yeah. I want you to use a railgun here. Yes. Big. Almost big. Still good. Still putting damage in. This is fine, actually. This is fine. You can still one-shot here easily. Nice. Oh my god. It's like a knight in... I don't know. I'm not saying you should run into them like you're doing now on defense, but if you did this more, if you went for more proactive plays here, don't even mind that you're letting a remake, because he's probably gonna lose the mech again. But yeah, but night and day difference between attack and defense. Like, you're actually in the front killing them. I don't think you were ever that close to the enemy throughout the entire defense, is what I'm saying. Okay, another tech you can do. Shift here, yeah, into the window. You missed it. That's unlucky. I don't think your monkey would have lived either way. But maybe... Oh, big rest by your mercy. But see, if you jump into that window with your monkey, who says you don't get another kill, right? Okay, you have a window. If you use the window properly here, you can get a kill. This is risky because I also have one. I would go for it. I would go... No balls. No balls. Okay, now your window is down. Now you want to have balls. And the front line Sojourn is working. Look, that team is in shambles, man. Also, you've started hitting more railgun shots. As well. I think that's partially to do, actually, with the fact that you're playing a bit closer. Which is not the incorrect way to play. You still have 3 minutes. Still winnable. I just realized your icon is wrong. I'm not doing you any justice, Nyklin. Forgive me. And I really hope they're bringing back actual ranks, by the way. So I don't have to change the overlays. Please, Blizzard. There's a rumor, okay? I'm not promising anything. Okay, EMP, this is where you go ham. What I would do here is, okay, railgun right here, or, yeah, jump up and rail. Yep. Hit the shots. Come.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
Okay. A bit more playmaking, right? Playing a bit more aggressive and just a little bit of aim practice and you would do so much more. Unironically. I can tell you're playing a lot of Sojourn. Just a bit more aggressiveness and a bit more proactiveness and you pop off. First time you took high ground there on that point, I actually like that. Now you're kind of very close. This is very aggressive because your monkey didn't jump in yet. Now your monkey's in and he instantly dies. Another reason you don't play dive on this map. Good, taking high ground. You have 7 seconds, your tank is probably gonna touch. Right here what I would do is just farm rail off the Sojourn. Don't die, right? And get your ult and then overclock. And not, yeah. You could have played that better. If you just keep on staying in main, even if you don't get shots with the railgun, right? If you keep on unloading damage, even if you shoot the tank there, it's probably not the worst choice, right? I don't mind this jump up, but as soon as you realize they're looking at you and you get hindered, you jump back down and instead of... You didn't have to go forward, unless you call that you were gonna touch, which is actually kind of mindful of you, but your monkey touched too. You don't have to go for the touch yourself here, right? Play behind your monkey and you don't get into the situation where you get antied with your monkey, then you still can touch right after, right? But yeah, I think you have this idea of where you... Yeah, I don't mind this. I don't mind going down. Okay, aggressive! Bang! Railgun! Miss. Hit. Easy. One more and you just win. Nice, it's just over. It's just over, right? Is it just over? They have no supports. Good wall by your Mei. They're like, mercy res me. Actually res it? Wait. That's actually close. Wait a minute. Clutch? Is this clutch? Ah, good shot. Hit it! Hit the shot! Hit the shot! Hit one more Reagan, come on! Oh, the one target that would have lived. What a fight. What a fight. Alright. Nyglin, I'm proud of you, man. Yeah, really good first attack. And I think your second attack was really, really good too. I think if you take more risks, there's gonna be, you know, probably a few weeks or days, I don't know how fast you learn, where you feed more, but then you'll realize how much more you can get away with. Sojourn is a very mechanically demanding hero. I think you should practice your railguns a bit, work on your decision making, make it a bit faster. And the reason I mentioned like taking more risks is you're gonna get in more situations where you have to make split-second decisions of how to move, right? Or where and when to slide. By you playing so safe and like especially on first defense, right? Where you stood up there and you just played very far back at all times. You get like what? Like 3 situations on that first defense where you ever have to make a choice and the other time you just shoot. So you're practicing your aim, but you're not really engaging in the game on a deeper level. And I think that's the limit you have right now. You're not testing enough boundaries. Work on your aim, work on your positioning, play a bit more aggressive, and I think you can become a better player. I don't think your team did poorly there. Your tank had a few fights where they fed, but like your Mei had some very good walls, especially towards the end. Your Mei probably carried that last fight. It's not good enough for Masters yet, man. It's not your team. You suck. Get better. Until next time, see you friends. Bye bye.